Peace tribe, let's go live. Here come the noise. Peace tribe, peace. Throw a one in the chat if you can hear me. Peace, 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 y'all. Y'all know what I'm out here doing, having my little smoke for today. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Peace and love, y'all. How y'all been? Y'all been ascending? I hope y'all been ascending. I hope y'all been taking time for yourself. You know, it's a lot going on. You enter and overstand right now. For us, if you spiritually awakened being right now. I'm trying to think of how I want to start this conversation out because there's so much happening on a spiritual plane level. So, you know, I've been getting inboxed by people and I've been going through this myself. Has anybody been having the lack of energy? Almost not like you feel like you dragging a little bit, maybe. You know, just like my energy, you understand, is not as high to do other things other than, you know, stuff for myself. You understand, like, I don't really have the energy, you know, to really create content right now. I don't have the energy right now to really be dealing with people. You understand. I just been focusing my energy on myself and focusing on ascending. You know, I've been waking up, you know, at night about 3 a.m. and I can feel it. You understand? Like, I can feel things. You understand? Like, if you a gatekeeper, you enter and understand what I'm saying right now, because really we opening up the gates. You understand? It's stuff that's got to come in here through us. We got to activate these portals, the portals within us. And right now, if you a gatekeeper, you expending a lot of energy. On top of you expending the photon energy and stuff and interacting with that, you understand, we got a real concerted frequency and biological attack that's taking place on us right now. We got them spraying the air, and down here it's a haze in the air. That's how much they've been spraying. Hey, peace tribe, peace. It's a haze in the air down here in Florida. You understand? And that haze is from them spraying all of that stuff. But understand, if you detoxing right now, and if you got the right genetic codes, what they spraying ain't really gonna affect you as much as long as you detoxing. But if you're not detoxing, then you're gonna be feeling the effects of it. That's like the ear ringing, that's like the muscle aches, that's like the headaches, visual disturbances. You might even be having palpitations. The palpitations can go two ways. The palpitations can be actually a frequency attack, meaning you need to be detoxing, trying to thin your blood. I'm serious as hell about that. Or you could be feeling the rhythm of Tiamat. You could be tuned into the Schumann. For me, I'm tuned into the Schumann. So when I have palpitations, that's because something getting ready to quake or shake or something like that. I'm actually tied to those things. I understand the quantum mechanics of my body and how it operates with the magnetic ley lines of the earth. So when it's a shift in the ley lines of the earth or a shift in the magnetism where I am, it's a couple of things that I use to tell me. First, it's just me. I can kind of feel it. You enter and understand. It'll feel heavy sometimes. But sometimes it'll feel like a presence. You might be feeling a presence. A presence is. You understand? Sometimes you might be having a feeling. It make you feel uneasy. You understand? It's not good or bad. It's just energy and you can feel it. That's what I'm going through. Just reading the quantum mechanics of the earth. Another thing that I've been noticing, and I put that lecture on my Patreon, and we're going to be discussing this Wednesday. I talked about the birds. If you notice and you starting to look, you're starting to see the birds. They starting to form patterns and stuff in the sky. They starting to fly in a certain way. They starting to make voluminous forms in the air. Greetings, Ashiki. This is because they can read the etherical energy, you guys. They fly in a certain way. That's another sign that you can use, is watching the birds as to tell when you got vortex energy around you, portal energy. You can tell negative when negative forces around you, because the birds are flying a pattern of defense. And that's letting you know that there's a frequency attack that's going on. Now, what's really happening is because these gates is opening and because we having a real deal cosmic alignment right now, the earth is being bombarded from the gates of Antarctica with high portal energy, okay? High cosmic energy, you guys. Don't even worry about their radars, because they not even showing all the CMEs that's hitting Earth, because all the CMEs that's hitting Earth ain't coming from that sun. So it's anomalies that's going on that they don't want to explain, because explaining that will have to let you know that our solar system has multiple, what you would call solar bodies or suns or things of that nature that affect us, are all here. And so that's what's going on right now, because the highest energy is right now. So what you got is you got that energy, the portal energy. You got the anomaly right there in the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody really talking about it, but I tried to put people up on it. I posted about it. It's not an anomaly. It's the plasma temples that we got over there that got drowned under the water. They activating off of the etherical energy that comes up from the heart of Tiamat. When that happens, it creates a vortex energy. When it sends up the signal, the beacon or whatever, it creates a vortex energy. And then what these people done been doing is they done been modifying a jet stream out of places like Alaska and stuff like that to blow down, try to counteract the energy that's coming from all of those temples that's in the Midwest, those temples that's right over there in Nevada and those areas, Utah, all of that areas over there is ancient temples, y'all, that go off of etherical plasma energy. It's coming from below, because enter and understand, all of our old structures either got buried in the last reset. Well, it wasn't really a reset, it was a war. So when we had the last war, it was direct energy weapons and stuff that was used. We had that technology. And some stuff got buried under about 4 or 5, maybe 6 feet of dirt. Then what these clones went and did is they either they built over top of those cities. That's why you got all of those ancient tunnel systems and stuff that's up under the earth. Or foolishly trying to block the etherical energy from getting to the beings here on earth that use it. They took and they put concrete in them channels and aqueducts and stuff that was up under the earth. So now you about to see the results of all of that, because all of these major cities was built on top of cities that was already there. But those cities went off of plasma energy, etherical energy, water, hydrogen. So you're going to see the water coming up from below. What else? California, bruh. I'm tired of talking about them. I really don't think it's nothing to talk about. Common sense ain't common. What else? What else? We got them poisoning water systems, you guys. You need to be aware of what they doing in your water system right now. Here in Boynton Beach, they getting ready to poison our water system with chloride from the 6th through the 20th. They made an announcement telling everybody, if you're sensitive to chlorine, take precautions. Chlorine is a poison. They came and they directly sprayed my porch with poison with the chlorine about 2 weeks ago. I guess that wasn't enough to work, so now they willing to poison a whole water system over this motherfucker. But I'm still rising. But y'all need to watch that. Watch the water. And definitely watch the food. The quality of the food has went down significantly, you guys. That's important because food can harbor bacteria. Food can be a vector for toxins that they call them viruses. A virus is a toxin. How is the quickest way for a viral toxin? Because that's what it is, a toxin. It's not what they telling you it is. What's the quickest way for that to get into you? For you to ingest it, right? So watch the food. They've been modifying the food, you guys. This last week, y'all, I ain't been able to hardly eat none of it. And I had been cut out the meat and all of that type of stuff. But every now and then, I would ease up on some fish. Because fish got omega-3 fatty acids, which I need for my DNA to reincorporate. Slid up on that fish this week. Salmon made me sick. I was like, I tried some other fish. I think I tried some Pacific white. Nope. The cantaloupes ain't no good. The fruit ain't no good, y'all. Let me tell you something. This is how you could test it. You want to know if something good for you or not? Get around some ants. This is the oldest method on earth to tell if something poison. Take a piece of it. Take a piece of the fruit, whatever you want. Sit it right out there in nature on your porch or something, right by some ants. If you don't see no ants bothering it, then it's something that's not good for you. Just trust me. If you sit out bread right now, if you sit out any of that fruit right now, bananas right now, grapes right now, any of that stuff that they got there, lettuce, any of that stuff in the grocery store, cereal, anything, ain't nothing from nature gonna touch it, bro. It'll be sitting right there like ain't nothing never happened. It won't even degrade right. I watched the banana go bad, yo, couple months ago. That shit started jiggling, nigga. I was like, motherfucker, what the fuck in that shit, bruh, that's making that shit move, bruh? Hell no. Watch the food, my nigga. Watch that shit. For real. They got some shit in that shit that ain't right. They already done told you that they got radiation in the shrimp. That ought to been enough for you to know it ain't time to fuck around with it, bro. So take all precautions, and if you gotta eat from that grocery store, bro, you better be on a hell of a detox regimen. Because right now, what I've been doing, and this is realer than real, is just getting micronutrients, because that's what your body gonna need more than anything, you guys. Is the micronutrients, the herbs, shit like that. Immunity boosting herbs, my G. You understand? The shit that's gonna build the backbone of your DNA, because if it builds immune cells, it builds DNA. That's what's important right now. You got DEA in you. They can't fuck with that. They can't fuck with your DEA. But they can try to harbor or fuck up it getting translated into DNA. And when it gets translated into the DNA, then your body reads that DNA and it creates proteins. And one of the biggest proteins that your body creates is your immune cells, okay? So if you ain't got the right building blocks, then you can't build the DNA and you can't build the immune cells, then you susceptible to what? They biological attack. But as long as your immunity is straight, ain't shit they gonna be able to do with you. God gave you a natural defense. You just got to get the tools in you to be able to use those defenses. What else? We got talks about war. I already told y'all the battle already done begun. I mean that. We already fighting. Y'all just getting ready to see what manifested from already what's going on in the astral plane, bro. We fighting like fuck there. Telepathically, it's a fight every day for me. I just sit here, tribe. I just be reading the energy. You understand? I be reading people. Just reading shit. Just looking at stuff. You know? Another thing that's going on, too. So the talks of war is real, y'all. Get prepared for that. You looking at a system that's getting ready to collapse. It's not if it's going to collapse. It's collapsing right now as we speak. If you pay attention to history, just go back and look at the 1920s. Because that's the period that's repeating right now. What they trying to repeat. Over and understand. You're getting a blast from the past. They trying to cycle you into something. You enter and overstand. Right now they trying to cycle and psyop the world into war, and that's exactly what's taking place. But you don't have to be at war. It's a choice. You enter and overstand. It's a real choice right now. And it's a lot of real choices that's getting ready to have to be made by people. You enter and understand of what's going to be important. And important, that's a big word. Because that's got to do with your I am codes. What you import, you understand? That's even in a computer, they tell you that. When you import a program into yourself, what happens? You operate that program. So what you value as important, what you import into your soul right now is what you're going to be programmed to do. So if you import in the frequency in the program of war and hate and destruction and everything against nature, when in nature and everything that's on that other side is getting ready to be at war with you. And that's a battle, bro. You can't win. If you a nature being, you can't fight yourself. Nature always gonna win. Or that program gonna get ceased and you gonna have to go to another one. Shit's too real. You gotta realize out here right now, ain't no such thing as life and death. It's all the same stream, just a different perspective. You gotta realize right now that the biggest thing that these people got over you is fear. Fear of whatever. People are afraid of everything. And fear closes off your mind from being able to see the biggest picture. And the biggest picture about all of this is you and your ascension. The biggest picture is that when one system ends, another one has to begin. And you've been chosen to be here to start a new system. And to use the lessons and examples that you done learned from this system and be better. And build up the cosmic system again, the system that operates with you. It's an opportunity that our ancestors never had. An opportunity to do it right. An opportunity to forge something different. An opportunity to get in tune with yourself. And find your soul. You see how it's two different angles of perspective? You got some people on the frequency of death, war, destruction. And then you got a being like me over here ascending, talking about getting more in tune with my soul. And that's going to be the difference, tribe, that's going to keep you here or in your program. Shit's too real. 2025 ain't over yet. But it ended for a lot of people this year, y'all. A lot of cycles is closing. You gotta let them shits close, bro. You can't be hanging on to the past in order to find your future. You understand where I'm going, tribe? You can't be hanging on to what was in order to get to what is. You in there don't understand. It's a real shift in your mind. What you value. What's your principles? You gotta understand the system that they gave you is built off principles that is against everything that is within you to get in contact with what's most important, which is your soul. So then everything else gotta be what? A distraction. So when you understand that, what you gonna see? You gonna see two sides of the scales right now. But people already judge themselves, bro. That's why I said what's gonna be important to you, because you your own judge and jury right now. Ain't nobody judging you but yourself. Your job is not to change everybody. Ashe, that's right. Stand on your own principles. Your job ain't to change everybody. Your job is just to change yourself. And once your angle changes, everything else around you got to change. It's got to conform to that. You enter and understand, it's got to mend to whatever you command. But you got to believe that you got the power to do that. You can't believe these illusions, the illusion of material. You understand? The closer you get to your soul, the less material you gonna see. Why is that? Because you getting in touch with what's important. The only thing you gonna have when it's all over is your soul and the lessons that you learn. And hopefully you learn the most valuable lesson, and that's to ascend out of all of this and get to where you need to be, so you don't have to repeat and try it over again. And that's all I really wanted to say today. You know, just hit y'all real quick with just some real deep stuff, because we can't be superficial about this, because this ain't a time to be superficial. You got superficial shit going on, but for real, it's the subconscious stuff that's going on right now, the real hidden battle that some of us is fighting that's not so hidden anymore. And yes, it's getting ready to manifest here. But like I always told y'all, when y'all see the first bomb drop, the war already started. So get ready. They already making moves. If you go and you look at every country with melanated people right now, it's under attack, bro. Real attack. Including here in America. Including here in America. All over the world, it's the same program. Time to make a choice. Time to pick a side. I already done picked my side. My side was picked before I even manifested here into this flesh. So I shouldn't say time to pick a side. The side had already been picked. For some of us. So, on some real Naga shit, the Great Mother sent her best. And if that's you, you her best. You can stop looking up in the air for a savior, bro. You can stop looking up in the air for an alien, bro. Look yourself in the mirror, motherfucker. You the alien. Came back this motherfucker millions of years ago. You ain't gotta look up there for 3i8 Atlas, motherfucker. The ship in you, my Naga. Extraterrestrial, that would be me. I got so many extra territories, bro. This life is really what you make of it, tribe. I'm going to say this and I'm going to come up off of here. It really is what you make of it. And the power of your mind is your most valuable weapon. Because once you take back control of that, nothing in this matrix can take you off balance other than yourself. And that's how I'm going to leave this conversation today. Maintain your balance. Metaphysically, physically. That's got to do with a lot of alchemical principles right now. Meditation. Diet. Exercise, how you move in your body. Move. Respirate, breathe. And you're going to be all right. Trust and believe and know that. Don't just believe it. Know you're going to be all right. Manifest that in your life today. and know through everything that you're about to see. Because you're about to see a lot. You're about to bear witness. Learn how to do that. Observe. It's going to be real valuable in this time. And yes, we're going to be all right. Okay? So, peace, y'all. Let's see. I'm going to wave to some people. Let's see. I'm going to wave to you guys. I thank y'all for tuning in today. I hope y'all feeling all right. I'm going to post this in here, and I'm going to post it on YouTube as well for them. And I want y'all for real to go in peace, power, and protection reflections. I want y'all to always stay dangerous, stay spiritually protected, stay on your altar. What's your altar? Your altar is yourself. Okay? And we'll talk again. We'll chop it up again. All right? I appreciate you too, Jason. I appreciate you, Susan and Lexism, all of y'all that come on in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got some great energy. Peace, y'all. Peace, 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 and love. Y'all go in peace, power, and protection today. And stay dangerous.